Using clips to respond to text could be a really great way to help kids engage a little bit more with reading, rather than feeling the weight or of writing all the time. They could do this through clips. They could read. They could respond, and it would be really easy for them to do. And I'll show you a clip that I did very quickly at the end of this video. But essentially is, let's say that you have an assignment that a student would read Sinners at the Hands of the Angry God. You'd provide them with the PDF, and then if you go into clips, and I found one already and put it into my photos, but I go into the clips and I go my library, and if it's there, right there, we have our image of, for example, the first page, and you could do it multiple pages, of course. But in this situation, a student can look at this, and let's say that you set it up where there are questions as you go. For example, like this one is, of what does Edwards believe his congregation is not sensible? And then the student can either read out loud or identify exactly where it is while they're recording. And they could also, at the same time, if I click on the effects, I can put up text, I can throw in stickers. I think maybe a fire sticker might make a lot of sense looking at this kind of a text. Things like that to make it their own and make it a little bit more personal. But this is a great way for a student to engage, read, and they can respond and show comprehension and show understanding and also analyze text depending on what your expectations are. So now I'll quickly transition to a short clip of how a student could follow through with this kind of a project. Okay, so reading Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God, the question is, of what does Edwards believe his congregation is not sensible? Well, I found that answer in the second paragraph where it talks about right here, you probably are not sensible of this. And he goes on to talk about how what we might believe is sensible, taking care of our family, having food on the table, is not sensible to him. He thinks it's sensible is not our normal life, but our eternal life, where he talks about it right here. For example, if God should withdraw his hand, then they would avail no more to keep you from falling than the thin air.